Hello, and welcome to our English podcast. Today, we have a special story for beginners. It's about Emma and her day, at work, at home, and everything in between. This story will help you learn simple English words and daily expressions. So, listen carefully and try to follow along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast if you enjoy it. Now, get ready. Let's listen to Emma's day. This morning, I wake up feeling hungry. My fridge is almost empty, so I decide to go to the supermarket. I grab my shopping list, take my wallet, and put on my jacket. It's a little cold outside. I walk to the supermarket, which is only 10 minutes away from my apartment. As I enter, I grab a shopping cart and start walking through the aisles. Let's see, I say to myself. I need bread, milk, eggs, and some vegetables. I go to the bread section first. There are many options: white bread, whole wheat bread, and even gluten-free bread. I pick a loaf of whole wheat bread and put it in my cart. Next, I head to the dairy section. I see a woman looking at different kinds of milk. She looks confused. "Excuse me," she says, turning to me. "Do you know the difference between whole milk and skim milk?" "Yes," I answer. "Whole milk has more fat and tastes creamier. Skim milk has less fat and is lighter." "Oh, I see. Thank you," she says with a smile and picks up a carton of whole milk. I grab my own milk and continue shopping. I pick up a dozen eggs, some tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots. As I walk, I remember that I also need pasta. I go to the pasta aisle and choose a pack of spaghetti. Suddenly, my phone rings. It's my friend Jennifer. "Hey, Jennifer," I say. "Hey, what are you doing?" she asks. "I'm at the supermarket buying some groceries." "Oh, great. Can you buy some chocolate for me?" she asks. "Sure, what kind do you want?" "Milk chocolate, please." "Got it," I say, and walk to the candy section. I find a bar of milk chocolate and put it in my cart. Finally, I go to the checkout. The cashier, a young man with curly hair, smiles at me. "Good afternoon. Did you find everything you needed?" he asks. After my trip to the supermarket, I walk back home with my shopping bags. The weather is cool and the streets are quiet. When I arrive at my apartment, I take off my shoes and put the bags on the kitchen counter. "All right," I say to myself. "Time to put everything away." I open the fridge and place the milk, eggs, and vegetables inside. Then, I put the bread and pasta in the cupboard. I leave the chocolate bar on the counter. Jennifer will pick it up later. After organizing everything, I feel hungry. I decide to make a sandwich. I take 2 slices of bread, spread some butter, and add cheese, lettuce, and tomatoes. I pour myself a glass of orange juice and sit at the table. As I eat, my phone buzzes. It's a message from my sister, Anna. "Hey, are you home?" "Yes, I just got back from the supermarket. I'm coming over." "I want to talk." "Sure. See you soon." After finishing my sandwich, I wash the dishes and clean the kitchen. Then, I go to the living room and sit on the couch. I turn on the TV and watch a cooking show. About 20 minutes later, I hear a knock at the door. I open it and Anna walks in. She looks tired. "Hey," she says, sitting on the couch. "What's wrong?" I ask. "I had a long day at work." She sighs. "My boss gave me so many tasks. I barely had time for lunch." "That sounds stressful," I say. "Do you want some tea?" "Yes, please," she nods. I go to the kitchen and boil some water. I make 2 cups of tea and bring them to the living room. "Here you go," I say, handing her a cup. "Thanks," she says, taking a sip. "So, how was your day?" "Not bad. I went to the supermarket and bought some groceries." "Oh, and Jennifer asked me to buy chocolate for her." Anna laughs. "Of course. Jennifer loves chocolate." We sit and talk for a while. She tells me more about her work, and I tell her about my plans for the weekend. After an hour, Anna stands up. "I should go home now." "Thanks for the tea." "No problem." "Get some rest," I say. She waves and leaves. After she's gone, I check the time. It's already evening. I decide to take a shower. The warm water feels nice after a long day. Then, I put on my pajamas and sit in bed with a book. Just as I start reading, my phone rings. This time, it's Jennifer. "Hey, I'm coming to get the chocolate," she says. "All right. See you soon," I reply. A few minutes later, Jennifer arrives. She takes the chocolate and sits on the couch. "You're the best," she says, opening the chocolate bar. I laugh. "You should pay me for this," she grins. "I'll pay you with friendship." We watch TV for a while, talking and laughing. After an hour, Jennifer says goodbye and leaves. Finally, I turn off the lights and get into bed. It was a simple day, but a good one. The next morning, my alarm clock rings at 7 a.m. I groan and turn it off. I want to sleep more, but I have to go to school. I get out of bed and stretch. Then I go to the bathroom. wash my face, and brush my teeth. I put on a pair of jeans and a sweater. After that, I go to the kitchen and make some coffee. I don't have time for breakfast, so I grab a banana and put it in my bag. At 7:30 a.m., I leave my apartment and walk to the bus stop. The bus arrives in 5 minutes. It's crowded as usual. I find a seat near the window and put on my headphones. After 20 minutes, the bus stops near my school. I get off and walk toward the main building. As I enter, I see my friend David standing near the lockers. "Hey, David!" I say. "Hey, did you study for the test?" He asks. I freeze. "What test?" David laughs. "The math test." "Did you forget?" "Oh no," I groan. "I didn't study at all." "Well, good luck," he says, patting my shoulder. I rush to my locker, grab my books, and run to class. The teacher, Mr. Johnson, is already in the classroom when I arrive. "You're just in time," he says. I sit at my desk and take out my pencil. The test begins. I look at the first question. It seems easy, but the second question, I have no idea. I glance at David. He is writing quickly. I sigh and try my best to answer the questions. After 40 minutes, the teacher collects our papers. "How was it?" David asks. "Terrible," I say. "I hope I don't fail." "You'll be fine," he says. "Let's go to the cafeteria." In the cafeteria, we get in line to buy food. I choose a sandwich and a bottle of water. David gets pizza. We sit at a table near the window. Our friend Sarah joins us. "Hey guys," she says. "Did you hear about the school trip?" "What trip?" I ask. "To the Science Museum," she explains. "Next Friday." "That sounds fun," David says. "Are you going?" "Maybe," I say. "It depends on my test results." Sarah laughs. "Come on, it's just one test. Don't be so dramatic." We eat and talk about our plans for the weekend. After lunch, we go to our next classes. The rest of the day is not very exciting. In English class, we read a short story. In history, we take notes about ancient Egypt. Finally, at 3 p.m., the bell rings. I pack my things and leave the school. Outside, David and Sarah wait for me. "Want to get some coffee?" David asks. "Sure," I say. "I need something to wake me up." We walk to a small cafe near the school. The place is cozy with soft music playing in the background. I order a cappuccino and David gets an espresso. Sarah chooses green tea. We sit by the window and chat for a while. It's nice to relax after a long day. At 4:30 p.m., we say goodbye. I take the bus home, feeling tired but happy. The next morning, I wake up early. Today is not a school day, it's my work day. I work part-time at a small bookstore in the city. I get ready quickly, eat a bowl of cereal, and leave my apartment. The bus is on time, and after 15 minutes, I arrive at the bookstore. When I enter, my boss, Mr. Carter, greets me. "Good morning. Ready for another busy day?" he asks with a smile. "Of course," I say. I go behind the counter and check the register. My job is simple. I help customers, organize books, and manage the cash register. A few minutes later, a woman walks in. She looks around for a while, then comes to the counter. "Excuse me," she says. "Do you have any books about cooking?" "Yes, they are in the second aisle on the right," I say. "Thank you," she says and walks away. A few minutes later, she returns with 2 cookbooks. "These look great," she says. "I'll take them." I scan the books and put them in a bag. "That will be $25, I say. She pays and smiles. "Thanks for your help." "You're welcome. Have a great day." Around noon, my friend David walks into the store. "Hey," I say. "What are you doing here?" "I need a book for my history class," he says. "Something about ancient Rome." "Check the history section," I say, pointing to the back of the store. A few minutes later, David returns with a thick book. "This one looks good," he says. I scan the book, and he pays. "Thanks. See you later," he says, and leaves. For the next few hours, I help more customers, organize books, and clean the shelves. In the afternoon, an old man enters the store. He looks around for a while and picks up a book. He comes to the counter and smiles. "This book is special to me," he says. "Really?" I ask. "Yes, I read it when I was young. It changed my life," he says. "Books are magical, don't you think?" I nod. Yes, they are. He pays for the book and leaves. I watch him go, thinking about what he said. At 6 p.m., Mr. Carter comes to the counter. "Good job today," he says. "You can go home now." "Thanks. See you next time," I say. I take my bag and leave the store. It's a little cold outside, but I feel warm inside. Books really are magical. The next day, I finally have some free time. No school, no work, just a day to relax. I check my phone and see a message from Jennifer. "Hey, want to hang out today?" "Yes, what's the plan?" "Let's go to the mall." "Sarah and David are coming too. Sounds great. What time? Meet us at 2 p.m. in front of the mall." See you there. I get ready, put on my favorite jeans and a hoodie, and head to the bus stop. The ride to the mall takes about 20 minutes. When I arrive, Jennifer, Sarah, and David are already there. Hey, you're late, David says, laughing. Only 5 minutes, I say. Where are we going first? We walk through the mall, stopping at different stores. Sarah wants to buy a new dress, so we go to a clothing store. What do you think of this one? She asks, holding up a red dress. It looks great, Jennifer says. Try it on, I say. Sarah goes to the changing room and comes back a few minutes later. The dress looks perfect on her. I love it, she says, smiling. Then buy it, David says. After Sarah buys her dress, we continue walking. Jennifer finds a bookstore, and of course, I have to go in. You work in a bookstore, and now you want to go to another one? Jennifer teases. I can't help it, I say. We look at books for a while, and then David suggests getting something to eat. We find a small restaurant in the mall and sit down. I order a burger and fries. Jennifer gets a salad, Sarah chooses pasta, and David gets a pizza. As we eat, we talk about everything. School, work, movies, and even crazy childhood memories. Do you remember the time we got lost in the park? David asks. Oh no, not this story again. Jennifer groans. But it's a classic. Sarah laughs. We stay at the restaurant for a long time, just talking and laughing. After dinner, we walk outside. The sun is setting, and the sky is a mix of orange and pink. That was fun, I say. We should do this more often, Sarah says. Definitely, Jennifer agrees. We all say goodbye and go our separate ways. As I take the bus home, I think about how lucky I am to have such great friends. Today was a perfect day. The next morning, I wake up early. I have to go downtown for an appointment. I grab my bag and head to the bus stop. When the bus arrives, it's already full. I find a seat near the window and put on my headphones. A few minutes later, an elderly woman gets on the bus. She looks around, but there are no empty seats. I quickly stand up and offer her my seat. Thank you, dear, she says with a warm smile. I smile back and hold onto the rail as the bus moves. A few stops later, I hear someone call my name. Hey, what a surprise! I turn and see Alex, an old friend from high school. Alex, I haven't seen you in years, I say. We start talking about life, school, and work. It's funny how life brings people back together in unexpected places. After a 30-minute ride, I reach my stop. It was great seeing you, Alex, I say. You too, let's meet up soon, he says. I get off the bus and take a deep breath. The city is busy, and people are rushing everywhere. As I walk, I think about my week. School, work, friends, and even small moments like a simple bus ride. It's all part of life, and I wouldn't change a thing. Thank you so much for listening to today's story. We hope you enjoyed Emma's day and learned some useful English words and expressions. Listening to stories like this is a great way to improve your English step by step. Don't worry if you didn't understand everything. You can always listen again. Try to repeat the sentences, write down new words, and maybe even tell someone about Emma's day in your own words. The more you listen and practice, the better your English will get. If you liked this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. It helps us a lot and keeps us going. And don't forget, a new story is coming very soon. So stay tuned and keep learning with us. Take care, keep smiling, and see you in the next episode. Bye for now.